Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us today for the summer series presentation on sustainability planning with the City of Henderson. My name is Olivia Burns. I'm an environmental specialist with Clark County's Office of Sustainability. Joining us today, we have Tori Jackson, the City of Henderson's Sustainability and Climate Manager. Before I pass it over to Tori to get us started all about sustainability planning and water conservation efforts that the city has in place, I'm going to go over a few tips to enhance your presentation experience and to help you navigate the website. Firstly, you can translate the entire meeting page or the live audio into another language by clicking the Translate button and selecting a language from the Translate drop-down menu. Closed captions are also available for this presentation by clicking the CC button on the bottom right corner of the presentation page. Viewers may also call in to hear audio, text in comments, or leave a voicemail by dialing the 855 number located just above the presentation page. Another way to interact is by putting comments and questions into the chat box next to the presentation live stream. So if you think of a question during the presentation, please put them there and we will review those at the end. This presentation is being recorded and will be available on the allinclarkcounty.com website and YouTube channel afterwards. Lastly, if you have any difficulties or hearing or viewing the presentation at any time, please refresh the meeting page. And now I will pass it over to Tori to get us started all about sustainability planning. Thank you, Tori.
Thank you, Olivia. All right. Well, good afternoon, and thank you for joining me today to discuss sustainability planning here in the City of Henderson. Today's topic is related to planning and how we incorporate sustainability into our plans and ultimately implement them into our projects in the community. I'll start by asking the question, what is sustainability? The EPA defines it as meeting the needs of the present without compromising the ability of future generations to meet their own needs. Today, I'm going to be discussing some innovative sustainability goals and campaigns that the City of Henderson has. And I hope that you all can learn about the benefits of these initiatives and how you can get involved in supporting a more healthy and resilient community. As Olivia mentioned, I am Tori Jackson. I am the Sustainability and Climate Manager here at the City of Henderson. The Division of Sustainability and Climate falls under our Department of Community Development and Services. And I'm currently a division of one, but I work across all of the different divisions and departments here at the city, as well as with my peers across the region. And we work together to bring sustainability initiatives to fruition here in Henderson. Today, I'm going to be talking a little bit about what's happened recently here in Henderson that has influenced what we've been doing related to sustainability. I'm going to touch on our Henderson Strong Comprehensive Plan and the goals that help drive our planning process. And then I'm going to get into a little bit of the implementation of these goals related to water, transportation, and urban heat. And then lastly, I will discuss what plans we're working on in 2024 and how you and the community can get engaged in that planning process. So let's take a step back and we'll see what's happened recently in the last year or so. So there's been many things in the last year that have helped shape the direction of sustainability here in Henderson. The city first committed to achieving several sustainability goals through our 2024 and 2027 strategic plan. And that included developing a climate response initiative that could lead and coordinate the climate action related projects throughout our city's different departments. In 2023, we also became the third city in Nevada, behind Las Vegas and Reno, to be LEED Gold certified. The Leadership in Energy and Environmental Design, or LEED program, is maintained by the U.S. Green Building Council. And the LEED certification is an official recognition for projects and communities that says that they comply with sustainability requirements that are prescribed within the LEED rating system. We've been using the data from our LEED certification process in our current plans, and we're developing these plans to help inform our decisions and prioritize our projects. And the city has also been partnering with Clark County and other Las Vegas Valley stakeholders through our All in Clark County. In April 2023, the All in Clark County finalized the Community Sustainability and Climate Action Plan, and that plan outlines the goals and strategies to address climate change impacts and develop strategies and solutions across Clark County. Late last year, Henderson and other agencies entered into an interlocal agreement that we've called the Regional Climate Collaborative, and that defines how our partnership across Southern Nevada will work together to accomplish the goals that are outlined in that Community Sustainability and Action Plan. So a lot of what I've just discussed has really helped shape the general direction of sustainability into the future here in Henderson. But it's our Henderson Strong Comprehensive Plan that really takes it a step further and helps define our goals and our strategies as a city throughout our planning efforts. So what is a comprehensive plan? Our comprehensive plan is a citywide planning document that communicates the vision, the long-term goals, and the strategies that guide our physical development, as well as the orderly management of growth in the city over the next 20 years. This plan was originally drafted in 2017 and was last updated in 2022, and it includes goals and strategies related to three major themes: healthy, livable communities, vibrant, resilient economy, and active, complete transportation. And sustainability is woven into all three of these themes. Some of the sustainability related goals of our Henderson Strong Comprehensive Plan include sustainable building development, water and energy conservation, development of a robust trail and bike network, minimizing urban heat island effect, and responding to climate and disaster risks. Today, I'm going to dig a little bit deeper into some of the goals and the implementation strategies related to water conservation, sustainable transportation, and urban heat, and how we're implementing these goals and strategies from the Henderson Comprehensive Plan. So I'll start first with water conservation. According to a recent community survey, 91% of Henderson residents reported that they're concerned about the water situation here in Southern Nevada. The water situation with the Colorado River and Lake Mead in recent years has led us here in Henderson to take a strong targeted action related to water conservation. One thing that came out of our climate response initiative was our H21 campaign, and this is Henderson's call to conserve. We launched this water conservation campaign in 2023 at the State of the City. And this campaign really seeks to build upon our previous conservation efforts and insights and align with both regional and city goals to reduce water use and increase water conservation compliance. This campaign really ties into several of our comprehensive plan goals, which include protecting, conserving, and enhancing the city's water resources, as well as encouraging water-wise landscape practices. A component of water conservation is also education and outreach, and we've really started to go out there and establish that education with our children of the community. Our Water Smart Students program educates and equips future generations to be water smart and helps them build smart habits that will last a lifetime and extend the life of our precious natural water resources. This Water Smart Students program is available to all City of Henderson elementary schools, both private and public. And we conduct a similar presentation at our City of Henderson Battleborn Kid program that is held at our rec centers. Last school year, we were able to present to 92 elementary school classrooms, and we were able to reach approximately 2,500 students. If you're interested in participating in this program and bringing it to your school, you can email us at water_conservation@cityofhenderson.com. That's up there on the screen, and we can get a presentation scheduled for your school or your classroom. So now that I have all of your attention here, how can you do your part to conserve water? Well, our H21 campaign really focuses on three main ways to conserve water. The first is complying with the regional watering schedule as defined by the Southern Nevada Water Authority. You can see in this graphic, there are 4 different seasons, and you should reset your watering clocks seasonally, depending on which season we are in. And you should be watering depending on that schedule. For instance, here in the summer, we can water 6 days a week or less, never water on a Sunday, and make sure that you're never watering between 11 a.m. and 7 p.m. And as you can see, seasonally, that changes based on which season you are in. Another way to conserve water is by reporting water waste to the city. Reducing and reporting our water waste is one of the best ways to help make a difference and save water in our community. And some common examples of water waste include watering outside of your assigned day or time, having water flow off of private property, draining a pool or a spa directly into the street instead of into the sewer, and failure to repair a leak or a broken sprinkler. And then the third way we talk about conserving water is by removing grass and taking advantage of many of the rebates that are out there. In 2022, Assembly Bill 356 banned use of the Colorado River to irrigate decorative grass. And as part of that, there are requirements to remove decorative grass by the end of 2026. Additionally, there's rebates and incentives out there for those that want to remove functional grass and can take advantage of those rebates from both SNWA and the City of Henderson. For more information on these different ways you can conserve water, you can visit our website at cityofhenderson.com/H21. And there's all of these different ways to access the watering schedule, how to report water waste, and then take advantage of converting your landscaping and getting some of those rebates and incentives. So digging a little bit into what those rebates look like, as I mentioned, there are 2 separate rebates that are available. The first one is the SNWA Water Smart Landscape rebate through the Southern Nevada Water Authority. This rebate program has been around for about 25 years, and in that time, since 1999, it's helped save 176 billion gallons of water here in Southern Nevada. For residential properties, SNWA this year is providing $5 per square foot of grass removed that is replaced with desert landscaping, and they also have an additional bonus for planting trees. As you can see next to that little dog's face, it is the best and biggest incentive ever. So really important that before you're doing any kind of grass conversion, you go check out their website to see if your project qualifies and see the steps that you can take in order to get that rebate. Earlier this year, Henderson also added an additional rebate, and Henderson residents that are taking part in that SNWA Water Smart Landscape program are also eligible for an additional $575 rebate. And this will be around until funds are exhausted. So go out there and check out cityofhenderson.com/H21, and you can click on the rebates button to see more information and see again if your property qualifies. So shifting gears, and all transportation puns intended, to sustainable transportation. Active complete transportation, as I mentioned, is one of our themes of our Henderson Strong Comprehensive Plan. Sustainable transportation can help reduce greenhouse gas emissions, improve air quality, as well as provide other health benefits. Our comprehensive plan has a whole theme based around transportation, but some of the specific goals that are geared towards sustainable transportation include improving access to transportation services and facilities for vulnerable populations, continuing to develop a robust trail and bike lane network that safely connects users throughout the city of Henderson and across the region in Southern Nevada, and then reducing transportation-related emissions and vehicle miles traveled. We currently have 2 plans that are under development that are working towards implementing some of these goals from our comprehensive plan. The first one is our open space and trails plan. This plan was originally drafted in 2005, and we're currently updating it now, and it covers everything in our Parks and Rec department related to open space and trails. The other plan that we have recently started to develop is our transportation and mobility plan, which is a new plan. And this one we expect to have later in 2024. This plan focuses on 4 areas, including pedestrians, bicycles, transit, and cars. And both of these plans include developing bicycle and pedestrian infrastructure and promoting active transportation to reduce greenhouse gases. Another thing that we've recently been doing here in the City of Henderson is taking a look at our municipal code and our development code and seeing how we can update them related to electric vehicles and bicycles. In March 2024, our City Council approved our updated development code related to electric vehicle charging and parking. The updated code requires a certain percentage of parking for new developments to be EV ready or EV capable. And it also requires new single-family residential homes to have level 2 chargers installed. And this code update aligns regionally with what others are doing in Clark County and across the region. We also are working with our Parks and Rec department to update our municipal code to include electric bikes and electric scooters. And that will help us regulate the use of e-bikes in Parks and Rec facilities like our trails. And we're looking to finalize that code update later this year. A project that really promotes sustainability in both transportation and water conservation is our Reimagine Boulder Highway project. This project stemmed from a 2020 multimodal transportation study that recommended safety and mobility improvements along Boulder Highway. And this study concluded that overall transportation of Boulder Highway was necessary. This project is going to reduce travel lanes and calm traffic, and that will help improve access to all different kinds of modes of transportation with widened sidewalks, designated bus transit lanes, and enhanced bike lanes. In addition to the traffic and the safety improvements, this project is also going to address water conservation. Trees and grass in the median of Boulder Highway have already been removed in preparation of the future center running bus rapid transit lines. And additionally, water-thirsty trees that were not providing any kind of shade were removed or will be removed and replaced with water-smart desert landscaping. So far to date, this project has removed more than 500,000 square feet of useless grass and has saved the city 46 million gallons of water per year. If you'd like to find out more information about this project specifically and what else we're doing, you can visit that website that is listed on the screen at reimagine-boulder-highway.constantcontactsites.com. So what are some ways that all of you can work to travel sustainably? The first way is by commuting to school and work via active transportation, be that walking, biking, or scootering, and also trying to take all of your shorter trips and make them an active transportation trip. You can transition your vehicle to a zero emissions vehicle, be that through an electric vehicle or an electric bike that can help replace some of those shorter car trips. And you can explore public transit options through the RTC. So moving to urban heat island effect. Heat islands are urbanized areas that experience higher temperatures than the outlying areas. Structures such as buildings, roads, and other infrastructure absorb and re-emit the sun's heat more than natural landscapes do. Here in Henderson, we definitely experience the urban heat island effect, and we work really hard to try to minimize that as much as we can. So our comprehensive plan has a goal that is specifically minimize heat islands. And some of the ways we do that is through shade and through finding ways in our development code to make new developments more comfortable for people. With increasing shade, the tree canopy here in Henderson is something that we are very proud of. The City of Henderson has been recognized as a Tree City USA for more than 30 years now, and our municipal forests consist of more than 30,000 trees. Those trees equate to about 290 trees per square mile. So we do have a pretty good tree canopy, but we are always working at finding ways to plant more trees. We recently started planting more trees through an Impact Nevada grant and are finding places across the city so that we can increase that tree canopy. Planting those trees provide not only shade, but they also cool the surroundings through the evaporation that happens. Something else is shade structures. We find places where it makes sense where people are congregating, be it in our recreational spaces, at playgrounds and parks, or out in our open spaces elsewhere. And we add shade structures where it makes sense. Part of that also is incorporated into our development code. When we have new developments, we are always working on ways that we can improve our development code, but our development code currently includes requirements for buildings to have shading along walkways and shading along open spaces, so the people that are visiting our infrastructure buildings or working in our buildings have a place that they can find shade and find relief from the sun once they are outside. So what are some ways that you could reduce heat in your own individual life or at your own homes? Planting trees, planting more drought tolerant trees is a way to provide shade and cool the surroundings of your house. And trees that are directly shading your home can lower your energy bill. So being mindful of where you're planting these trees on your property is also important. If you can plant them on the south side or the west side of your house, it helps with that cooling and energy bill. Another way is just covering windows in your home. Again, the way that your house is oriented depends on where the sun is coming in, but being sure that you're covering your windows with shades or blackout curtains to block out the sun is incredibly important, especially in those west-facing windows that are getting the brunt of the afternoon sun. And then choosing the appropriate building materials in your home on the outside of your home. Darker colored materials are always going to absorb more heat than lighter colored materials. So being mindful of your paint colors on the outside of your house, the color of your roof when you're replacing it, and then down to if you're replacing your landscape, if you're tearing out your grass, be mindful of the color of rock that you're replacing it with. Lighter colored, sand colored stone is going to absorb a lot less heat than some of the darker colored rocks. And it's also important to be mindful of your house and its relationship to the sun and the other surrounding buildings and structures to work towards minimizing the impact from the sun. If you're moving to a new home, be aware of where's the sun in relation to my house, and is that sun going to cause an impact that's going to increase my energy bills? So to wrap things up, we're going to touch a little bit on what else is planned in the future, and I'll recap some of those plans that I talked about earlier, and then give you an idea of how you can get involved if you want to get involved in some of our planning processes. So I mentioned our Henderson Strong Comprehensive Plan that was last updated in 2022. We are planning on starting our next update here in 2024. So if that's something that you want to get involved with, there's surveys and tabling events that we will be planning in the fall that you can get involved in, as well as some public open house events. Similar to our transportation mobility plan and open space and trails plan. Those two are currently under development, and we've had some surveys and things out there, but just be on the lookout for opportunities to provide your input and your priority projects that you want to see here in Henderson. And then lastly, we are working on kicking off our Henderson Sustainability and Climate Action Plan here soon in the fall. And that plan is really going to take a lot of what we've done already with our All-in Clark County Community Plan and tailor it specifically to Henderson and the unique needs we have here in our city. So if you're interested in finding out more about any of these plans or our other plans that we have here, you can go to cityofhenderson.com/planning, and you can check those plans out and see where there's opportunities to get engaged. With that, I want to thank you all for listening and learning more about how we can incorporate sustainability into our plans and our projects here in Henderson, as well as how you as an individual can incorporate it into your own lives. And I'll turn it to Olivia, who will hopefully tell me if there's any questions in the chat.
Yeah, great. Thank you so much, Tori, for sharing all about the City of Henderson's different sustainability programs and plans. It was really great to hear all the ways that we could participate, conserve water, stay safe in the heat, along with all the benefits that the initiatives you mentioned have on our community. But yeah, we'll go over a few audience questions now. All right. The first one was about the school program. Does the school have to be in the City of Henderson to participate?
Yeah, so with our Water Smart Students program, it is open to any City of Henderson specific schools. I'm unsure if there's similar programs in Clark County and Las Vegas, but for ours specifically, they do have to be a City of Henderson school.
Thank you. Next question is, how is the City of Henderson encouraging residents to report water waste? Is there a QR code or a website that they have to go to?
Yes, so if you go to our cityofhenderson.com/H21 website, on there, there's a place that you can click and it tells you all the different ways you can report water waste. There's a phone number you call if you would like to be old school like the early 1990s and use a phone. But we also do have ways that you can report it on the website. There's a place to fill it out and you can fill it out anonymously and submit what you're seeing and what you're experiencing. And there's places to upload photos as well as descriptions so that we can go send out our water compliance staff out to the field quickly and efficiently. So if you go to that cityofhenderson.com/H21, you should be able to click report water waste right there.
Thank you. Last question we have right now is, who would be the best contact if we had any questions, any further questions?
You can feel free to reach out to me if you have any questions. I did share my email on my presenter slide. So if you want to go review that in the back, or you can write it down now, it's Tory, Tory.Jackson@cityofhenderson.com.
Great, thank you. You guys could still drop in any questions and comments we have while I go over some community events before we wrap up today's presentation. So here at All in Clark County, we love engaging in our community, just like with today's webinar. So thank you again, Tori, for coming on and sharing all those resources with us. So we love sharing all different areas of Clark County and resources that are available to our members and how we could help out with that. So we host many virtual and in-person events. So you could register here at allinclarkcounty.com/events, which is the screen you should be viewing the presentation on right now. You could also stay updated with us on social media, LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. We share all of our upcoming events, job postings, sustainability resources and programs around there. Here's some of our upcoming events that we have. So we're the second one into our sustainability summer series. So it's presentations twice a month, one in person, one virtual, all about different sustainability and climate topics. So the next one is adaptation measures. That's Wednesday, July 10th with the Southern Nevada Water Authority. So if you want to learn more about water conservation efforts and initiatives, please join us virtually. Again, same time, 1 p.m. to 1:30. So it's a great opportunity for a lunch and learn to come bring your lunch and listen and learn some more resources that are available. And then the next one in July is in person at the East Las Vegas Library about sustainable food systems. So you could come learn about gardening, composting, growing your own food. Some other resources we have available here. We have Stay Cool Clark County. That is our initiative to stay safe in the extreme heat. So if you want to visit our website to have more resources available to you, you can do that. Next thing, we also have the UNLV drop off or drive up and drop off recycling. So if you live in an apartment that doesn't have recycling, you could take all your recyclables to UNLV and drop it off there. You could visit their website to learn more about that program. Going into August, we have our lithium battery recycling webinar. So you could learn how all of our old appliances and phones turn into new sources for electric vehicles. So that's really interesting coming up. If you are a Clark County employee, you could learn more about how you could receive credit for participating in these webinars, activities, and events, and receive a certificate for participating. So we have a webinar for that on Wednesday, August 14th. So the registration page is open for that. If you are a fleet manager or work in transportation, we'd love to have you join us for our workshop on Tuesday, August 27th. Talking about different alternative fuels and best practices for that. And then if everybody wants to save the date for August 6th from 12 to 3 p.m., All In will be hosting a ride and drive at Caesar's Palace. So you could come test drive electric vehicles, e-bikes, just as Tori was mentioning, one of the ways you could help reduce emissions is by driving an EV. So if you want to have the opportunity to test drive different ones without being at a dealership, join us at Caesar's Palace on August 6th from 12 to 3 p.m. and test out some awesome vehicles. Following that, we have a presentation about EVs. We have these every few months. So if you can't join us on September 9th, it'll be all month long. We have different presentations and activities for our community. But that is it for the events that are upcoming. Going back to the questions we have for Tori, one more came up in the chat. So this will be the last one for today's presentation. So Tori, are the trees planted throughout City of Henderson, the new trees that will be planted, drought resistant and native trees?
Yes, so all of the landscaping that we plant through City of Henderson follows the SNWA's plants list, and they are drought resistant, drought tolerant, and appropriate for our climate. If you want to find out more information on that, you can look up SNWA plant list, and it'll give you a list of the regional plants, and it has specifically for the trees, it gives you a score between 1 and 5 stars to see how appropriate it is to be planted here in Southern Nevada. So we, as a city, we aim to plant everything with 3 stars or above and nothing with 1 or 2 stars, but really try to focus on those 4 and 5 star trees.
Thank you, Tori, for that. So that is all we have for today's questions. So this will be the end of our presentation. We hope you join us for our next summer series presentation with SNWA. But thank you all for joining us and taking the time and opportunity to learn more about sustainability with the City of Henderson. And again, thank you for Tori for sharing all those resources with us. And so we hope to see you next time. Thank you.